Hello. Started streaming. There we go.
Small.
Okay. There we go. Okay, visible. Yep, we're going to see the small screen in here. So, talking, bet aš jeigu rodau screenplay'ų, mūsų ekrano nerodo. Small.
Mhm. Mhm.
Nerodo ir to. Visiškai. Kuris yra image video capture device? No. Aš garsą išjungęs. Padėk man. Display capture, nu? Šitas.
Ne, window.
Window?
Ne. Kamera buvo.
Šitas. Yeah? Okay, new. Here we go.
It's,
Integrated.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Viską per naują.
Apologies, guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah. Technical setup. So I hope we'll be able to edit those things. And yeah. So this happens, especially if you have a super high quality game, sort of trying to be played in the background. So yeah, Windows sometimes isn't very suitable for that. But anyway, so I'll be answering we'll be answering some of the community questions coming in the past. So Paulus, before we jump to this discussion with the community, would you like anything else to add?
I think I will add eventually.
Okay.
On the questions.
Okay, so here's I use a separate laptop for the questions. So there has been quite a few. Will there be new listings? Is the first question, and yes, new listings are planned. As I mentioned in the presentation earlier, we have main focus on small exchanges. Yes, because currently I think we're quite well covered at the top exchanges. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
In here, yeah. So keep tuned in. I believe in the nearest future you'll get the best.
Yeah, I think
updates.
what I can add is we're going to on some smaller exchanges, but niche ones like Korean, Japanese, Vietnamese. These exchanges has a really good engagement, and I think we will go to approach those ones. And with the KuCoin, we have a quite general one.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks, Paul. Where and how will the project be promoted? And most importantly, why are we delaying? Again, hopefully part of the question has been answered before. So marketing activities were mentioned in the presentation. Q2, as I said, we dedicated for analysis, experimentation and improvements. So on the other hand, when looking at the roadmap which has been presented earlier this year, I don't see much of a delays actually happening, apart from the latest announcement that we're gonna go big on marketing. But then again, with the market trend going down, it wouldn't be wise move actually to drop huge marketing budgets in that. The next question: what's with the game? What's left to implement before landowners can play? Guys, mid June, you will get that. If your laptop isn't powerful enough, pump it up, because you see the game graphics are amazing. The quality and the level of details is crazy. So yeah, we're lucky actually to have it in the office and experiment with the game as well. At the same time, report some of the interesting things we find to Nick and the team. From what stage in the game will the advertising campaign be launched, or what events do we wait for that? Question was from Max. I think straight away once we deliver Mars 1 gameplay demo for the landowners community. From that moment, we'll be able to advertise a little bit broader, as well as mentioned earlier. We're waiting for a game trailer to be prepared, and I think from that moment we'll be able to kick off. Further on. Will we have collaborations with other projects? I'll start with answering, and maybe you can
Sure.
add on.
Sure.
So partnerships and collaborations, I'd say for this project in general, it's one of the marketing P's. So they are important in our overall marketing activities, and we're constantly searching for new. But I would probably stress here that it's actually important to have meaningful partnerships, not just for the sake of having them. And those meaningful, those which can contribute to our Mars 4 metaverse development, as well as bring significant amount of relevant traffic of people who are genuinely interested in the project, would help us sort of to scale.
Yeah, I think partnerships will be more engaged after this Mars 1 first game launch, because as you mentioned, we don't need just for the partnership and for some fake communication. I personally really don't like this one, and with this game release, I think we will have much more power to engage the ones what we want, not just for some fake marketing.
Yeah, and actually the next question, what is the PR strategies, closely linked to this, I'd say, which we'll be able to answer. Because with the upcoming release, as mentioned before, we have a lot more to tell for the world, what has been actually delivered. Dashboard for landowners, A class game in crypto world. Have you ever seen that live yet?
Probably not.
Any metaverse, yeah. Virtual offices and so on. So with this as well, we aim to attract bigger partnerships, but that would help us a lot with a PR and bringing different angles into our communication, not just talking about one type of NFT and the value we drive. There were quite a few questions about bonuses for ordinary community members, for friends, as well as the referral program. So you've seen we have this planned, and this is coming up in the near future. So community will be sort of the first to hear about those, and referral programs are quite important in this part at this stage of life. I like that question. Will large companies such as Coca-Cola, Heineken, etc., be purposely involved in the project and otherwise, where they want and how? We didn't ask Coca-Cola and Heineken. But I think before reaching out to big brands, I think it's important to offer them a tangible value they can actually utilize for their brands. And then again, virtual office could be one of the spin-off, and we see that coming with big clothing brands, Balenciaga, Gucci, and quite many players actually entering the metaverse, the virtual setup. So that could be one of the angle actually we could utilize, or as well. If you see some sort of meaningful partnerships, guys, just let us know. We can approach maybe with a different angle, talking about dedicated land plots, etc., etc. Some more questions?
No, just
there anything on the
reading
screen?
some comments.
Yeah,
Big
good one.
cola statue.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be. If
Okay.
we approach cola, then yes, I agree on this.
Can you answer the question? Will there be Meta Facebook integration?
Yeah, very good question.
I don't see that in the nearest future. Of course, we need probably to have Mars Metaverse developed in here, but
I would answer we would need to see how Meta will go, because there's lots of things how they integrate all the metaverse things, and transferring your own NFTs to Meta, or I think yes, in the future, of course, but we need to see how they goes.
yeah, it's a good answer. What are possible reasons behind NFT sales being almost halted? I think we touched that. What are your current future plans to increase NFT sales? So, yeah, there are quite multiple factors, and market trend going down, as well as refurbishing marketing activities. There has been a moment when literally, I can recognize that we decided actually to pull down all the marketing activities and actually focus on the nearest deliverables. So yeah, some of you in community, you notice that, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Being watched by the community is a good sign.
Yeah, I think we've focused on to show the real value of the NFT of Marsland, to show the calculations of the revenue, what's the real revenue of it, and the huge job was approaching all these KOLs. So as I mentioned as before, so it's all agreed to all of them. So it's more than 150 KOLs, and really many regions covered, in Japan and Korea and Western Europe and Americans and Chinese. So yeah, I think when we have this landing page nice and ready for the launch, we will start with all the KOLs, and I would say it will move the sales really up.
Brilliant, thanks, man. There's one very good question as well. Will there be a collaboration with Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars? They have a name suitable for Martian theme, and will there be collaboration at like Sandbox with Snoop Dogg and so on and so on? I'll pick it up. Maybe you'll have some addition. Of course, we will invite Jared Leto. Anyone who has some sort of relation with Mars should be invited in here. And after I seen this question, we've been discussing in the team how can we actually make it even bigger event. So we thought that maybe there could be a jam session. You know, Jared Leto will play with Bruno Mars on Mars surface, and we can have a proper first rave on Mars. You know, on the red planet. That should be probably one of the hell kind of event. There are some questions about smart contracts are prone to failure and many that they're not safe and so on. Do you have any ideas about those?
As far as I know, all these our smart contracts are audited by QuantStamp, so I think we covered this thing as a safety one. So I did not see any kind of things about security things.
Okay. No, I had no clue about this. Thanks. Yeah. Because I thought to pass this question more to technical guys and actually answer.
Yeah, but
answer
they
that.
are working every day on this, so I think it's covered.
Okay. When will it be possible to buy NFT lands in BSC network?
That's a good question.
It's a very good question.
I think the main focus now was on MCC launch and starting these sales and B2B sales offices. So after this, I think we'll come up with the Binance chain network for the NFT lands.
That should improve as well some of the
Yeah,
conversions
sure.
and have access to broad audiences. What are the questions? I'm just going through them. Are there any on the screen? No, not much.
Is there a plan of token listing on some
On any says.
checks? Yeah, so this is a. I think we answered some of these. So yes, smaller regions we approaching, and you'll see some announcements pretty soon. And yes, it should give some local communities boosting.
Yeah, exactly how we'll be approaching this. How many tokens do bakers and investors have? Bakers and investors have for how long? If the project is launched, they can sell everything at once.
Who is bakers?
I was thinking, bakers are traders. So how many tokens do investors have? So I think we can iterate on this question a little bit in more detail.
I think we can answer in the next AMA because this needs more
Yeah.
checking and calculating.
Yeah.
So at the moment we don't have such number on hand.
The next one, how do you plan to stand out from competing projects? I think for the beginning we are quite strong in unique project already. If we look sort of from the space angle, there might be some of the competition, but then again, going fully virtual and actually going like our project has some sort of real sense where most of the facts we're using they're based on NASA data, on other agencies, space agencies. So that's kind of one angle, and we are seeking actually to deliver improvements and launch this 3D game as soon as possible. And I think this is one of the angles we're different from quite many projects. The other aspect, it's not very simplistic project, so it takes time to deliver good things. But simultaneously, we are looking how to have a little bit more of engagement coming through kind of dashboard setup and through the MCC launch. So this will help as well, sort of to utilize what's currently invented in NFT games world, and as well combine this with what we have planned with 3D game as well.
We have a question from the guys online. What's the plan for surviving bear market? Are there enough funds for the team members if the market will be down? Short answer, yes. We have.
I had a discussion with a few chaps on Friday on Telegram. There was a similar question, and here I'd like to stress the need actually of, especially if we go for such a heavy development project like we have, and as you see, all these graphics and design requires quite a lot of time and investment. So it's important to have this investment locked, and we shouldn't burn it very, very quickly in the nearest future. And that depends a lot from the community. How do they trust us and how do they see this project running. So we hope we manage to secure this kind of the beginning, which will allow us actually to survive this bear market quite easily. So yeah, we didn't focus, on the short-term deliverables, and kind of that we couldn't survive this. Jesus, there's so many questions. People expect the marketing to be reflected in the token price. Can we will see this soon?
For the token price, we're not kind of doing any impact on it's not our role to do any impact on the token. So we give you tools on CEX and DEXs, and basically the market decides the price. And that's it. In short, this is the answer, because this is all depending on those who buying and selling.
Yeah, and just to add up, as we mentioned, the action we can do is actually try to increase token holders, so we can have variety and diversity. That would help as well. There are some exchanges among investors. Is it possible for us to be listed on them? There are some exchanges among investors. That's interesting. Is it possible for us to be listed on them?
Maybe this guy can specify the question, which investors and which
exchanges. Yeah. He was Anthony. Okay, couple more. How can the marketing team get new people to understand how valuable and useful Mars tokens are in the short and long term? And actually, the second related question is: are Mars tokens valuable? What value is to be gained from owning them? What is the purpose at the moment? You start with me. Me? Cool. First of all, say buying land Mars tokens. So is the straightforward utility, and kind of to boost this as well, you can have an additional discount coming from that. And second, like looking in the long term. So yes, we are. As we speak, there are developments happening of the token utility in the game. Then you can trade, you can stake. Those typical use cases you will find with any other projects you have around at the moment, except for those who have already marketplace running. And again, after MCC launch, we're discussing here with development team that marketplace is one of the things. It's a big machine, but marketplace is one of the things which we aim to deliver. Wow. Did you engage in a market research to find out Mars4 appeals to the public? Do you have any studies comparing appeals versus other games in equivalent stage of development? That's a very, very, very good question. We haven't gone to like a mass studies. We've been dealing with some of the service we have from coming new joiners of the project, as well as me personally. We're thinking here with the team how actually how to extract the value we get from the community, and as well talking, doing some engagement tests, talking about our landing pages, about our assets, and so on. So we do a research internally. I mean, asking for interviews and thus validating if what we put collaterals are actually meaningful. So usually the first feedback we get from new people that this is amazing project, this is very strong project, and this is very interesting project. But at the same time, there are those typical questions like if we advertising NFTs, if we advertising token. People are questioning what is the utility, and those are kind of typical questions. Appeal for the public. There were some as well kind of good ideas from the community that we should expand this. Maybe offer Mars exploration program for some schools or for some universities, because again, real data plus what Nick is doing with rendering those craters images and taking this NASA data on all the craters. This is brilliant, and you will be able to explore Mars in a very, very, very detailed and learn about that as well. So, that would be sort of my answer. But when talking in the nearest future, yes, there are some ideas actually how to do a proper, a lot broader research than we have done at the moment. That's a very strong question. Paul, I'll probably need your help. After its CPO, Mars dollar should have been the only crypto used to buy lands. Otherwise, Mars dollars become useless. There is no use case for the crypto until the launch of the game. So why did you decide to allow the use of other cryptos, Ethereum or USDT, even after the release of Mars4 dollar?
Thank you for your question. With the lands, we funding the project, so this is one of the main funds for to build up the game. And if let's say there is only Mars token, so we will need to go to exchange and sell it. So in that case, the Mars dollar would drop, I think, even more down. And when you buy it now, we do not sell it. It just stays in a pool for the redistribution. And when you're buying the Mars, we're not changing it, we're not selling it, we're just keeping it, as we believe in the projects, and we do not do any trading actions on this. So basically, to maintain the game, to maintain all the developers, and this is why it's been chosen like this. I think that would be my answer.
And same user actually dropped a few more questions. Will it continue like this along the other use of cryptos even after the game launches and so on? In our plans, anything what's internal, like in the game, in the marketplace, the aim is to utilize Mars dollar, as I understand. Mars dollar only. Yeah. So buying lands, as well as Paul mentioned, and for new users to come in, we probably need to be a little bit more versatile. Thus, offering multiple opportunities. And therefore, I see, there is one question about the epochs and distributions. I would like to refrain from that question at this stage of life, because there is an upcoming update on the redistribution and on the epochs. Just stay patient. We just need to review all the Excel spreadsheets and calculate everything meticulously, so all parties are happy and satisfied. Because the redistribution, we understand your pain, guys, that it takes quite a while until we change the epoch and the current investors they get the reward. So we're looking into this, and I believe you'll get updates very, 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 very soon.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. When should we expect a version of the game fully integrated with the blockchain? At that moment, will the Mars4 tokens be the only crypto allowed in all transactions there, including land sales? I can answer about the first part, definitely. So the full integration, you've probably been following Nick's updates as well. So we're looking into next year, so I remember Q3, full integration. But as I mentioned earlier, we have, we're talking about a 3D game full integration into blockchain. But before that, we're aiming to have a little bit small integrations, how the game should be sort of related with the economy, and how the game should be integrated with the blockchain from other angles as well. And that would allow users sort of to manage their investments, to earn passive income, and be a part of Mars community. Well, and if Mars tokens will be the only crypto allowed in transactions, yes, that's we're talking about internal marketplace, so that's the idea. That's the idea. Any more? Can it be played over the phone? Jesus, that's a good
Nope.
one. I mean,
Not at the moment. I mean,
Not at the moment.
This is the only downloadable game now. So,
Yeah.
So at the moment, no.
Cool. When try to open the game, computers having a hard time. What are the minimum system requirements? Yes, we will provide system requirements, but then again, usually the first releases, we had a discussion about this with Nick, game development team, that optimization for best performance usually reduces significantly the graphics. But at the same time, optimization for the performance, it takes quite a lot of time. So with the first drop, we will provide system requirements. But at the moment, we use pretty powerful machines actually to be able to play as you see in the screen. How people can contribute to the project? We can send ideas, but it's possible to help, for example, creating assets or 3D models. Yes, you can send ideas, creating assets or 3D models. If you have that skill set, you're definitely more than welcome to send a sample, an idea. You can send directly on Discord to Nick. He's always present there. You can send us to us. I believe if you add those in the ideas section, definitely someone from our team will pick it up, or some other guys. Good idea now. Is it? It might be breaking down for some guys. The graphics are too good. When Binance. Cool. Do we have any ideas about Binance?
With Binance, we have approved with NFTs. So this will be the first stage integrating NFTs into Binance. And I think first we need to launch the first game, then attract more KOLs and communities. So and then there is a Binance. So they also need to see some growing, some traction. And yes, we are talking to them. We have chats. They know us definitely. So I don't think it's. I think it's possible.
Nice. Cheers. Look, we're a little bit over time, which we burned actually in resetting the CMA, and thank you guys for the patience, because we didn't expect that you will rejoin after all these hiccups we had. Once we are in the game, will the map would show what resources are available in our lands? I'd like to answer this one, because we are discussing about resources, and we are planning about on those. It's pretty complex sort of calculations and machine. But I would like to ask Alan as well. Do we have that data from NASA? What kind of resources and where they are available? And I think one of the first hidden things should be that yes, there could be resources on your land, but what kind of resources? I think you'll need to use a machinery or colonist actually to figure out what kind of resources there should be. That would be one of the ideas we've been discussing in there. But resources, yes. That's a plan, and I hope that in Q3 or you'll be able to play with that as well.
Cool.
Yes, NASA shows water and some minerals. But if you want to start, it will be generic. What? If NASA shows that, I believe we can sort of transcend that on the map, on the game. But if there's something hidden underground, I believe we will need to put some effort into revealing that. Good, guys. Thank you for being active, and that was first AMA. Actually, I was trying to hold myself in here, so
You did good.
we have a saying, first pancake is always a little bit burnt, but hopefully that will be.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So please shoot your questions and suggestions into community pools. We have Telegram, on Discord. Myself personally, I'm trying to be as much active as I can in there. Now I kind of understand how machinery is working. So see you guys soon. So
All right, see
stay
you.
tuned.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.